I have no idea how to take a picture and put it into the video, so I'm just going to do it like this. I want to make you aware of this new publication by Kim Krans, which is coming out at the end of August, and it is a board game called Renunciation. This is kind of the opposite of Monopoly. So instead of trying to win everything, you start out with everything and you're trying to lose everything in order to ascend. And I'm pretty excited. I think I might be getting this. So check the channel for a review in the months of September. Maybe. So also I want to clarify the whole giveaway thing. All you have to do is be 18 years old. It is open to anyone in the US or anywhere I can mail to, which is most places. I haven't ever found a place I couldn't mail to. And I will pay for shipping to whoever wins. So I want you to put your favorite major arcana in the comment section, and that's how I will gather the names. Also over on my Instagram accounts, if you're already following Tarot Enabler or Tammy Pie on Instagram, you can enter the same way by putting your favorite major arcana card under the giveaway post, and I will gather names that way. If you are not following Tarot Enabler or Tammy Pie, get over there and follow me, for heaven's sakes. It's good stuff. Tammy Pie is a private Instagram, but if you're a tarot person, I always let you in. And I'm running the giveaway for the remainder of the third decan of Gemini. So summer solstice, which is the 21st at midnight Pacific time, the giveaway will end. I will gather the names, put them in a hat, and choose a winner. Good luck to you, and let's get back to the video. Bye. Hello, this is Tammy Pie, and I have a very special video for you today. I am going to be giving away this copy of the Wild Unknown Tarot with the new Justice card. Because it's my birthday. It's my birthday tomorrow. I'm going to be 59 years old, and I'm going through my second Saturn return, and we're going to talk about Kim Krans and all the cool Kim Krans stuff that I could put my hands on. I don't have everything. There are a few things that came out that were really cool, but I never got them. But I do have the first edition of the Wild Unknown Tarot, the second edition, the Animal Spirit Oracle, the first one that came out in the cool box, along with their guidebooks, the pocket edition. I have to talk about the Wild Unknown Archetypes and the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck. And I also have Hello Sacred Creatures, which is my grandson's favorite book. You can tell because he has chewed it. Blossoms and Bones, which we're going to talk about a bit because that's one of my favorite things. 1, 2, 3 Dream, ABC Dream, and my personal favorite children's book, Whose Moon Is That? Okay, so let's begin with who is Kim Krans? Kim Krans is most people will know the creator of the Wild Unknown Tarot. She's a yoga practitioner. She's a very well educated artist. She has a BFA, an MFA, and a master's. I think the master's in art is like more philosophy. So the Wild Unknown came out in 2012. And when it first came out, it came out in this really nice, heavy cardstock and box. It just had a little folder. And you had to buy the book separately. The book is beautifully set up, and I have always felt like her artwork, even the guidebooks, kind of begged to be colored on. So as an artist, this is my thing. I love it. These are the backs from the original deck. I've taken out a few interesting cards. Her Magician and High Priestess were both wild cats, which I've always loved. I've always loved the idea of the cheetah being a fast moving cat, and the tiger being kind of mysterious. If you've ever seen tigers in large enclosures, they will hide. So I thought that was interesting. Of course, the Empress, again with the pink. If you saw my my Ritual Tarot video, pink is definitely a big Empress color. The Lovers as geese, the Hermit as a tortoise, Temperance, the Nine of Wands as a staircase, a blocked staircase even, the Three of Swords as a tangled knot around these swords. I've always thought that was really interesting. The Four of Swords as a lamb, and the third eye here. The Nine of Swords, very nightmarish drawing. The Four of Cups. This is a card that was later changed, but the Seven of Cups in this kind of geometric, kind of strange, where are we type artwork. And the Ten of Cups, which I've always appreciated, these rainbow lines and the happiness being generated between the cups. So that's the Wild Unknown Tarot. And we know it pretty well. I mean, some of us do. Some of us may not have even given it a chance because it's too popular, it's too hip, it's too whatever. But I have never thought so. I have always thought it was very radical, very different, very new. The Animal Spirit Oracle. Now these two, in the second edition, she changed the backs. So they're more like a lizard skin or a snake skin or maybe a dragon skin. So I like that these two match the backs. Also, this cardstock is a really nice shuffle. Listen to the swish. And the Animal Spirit matches it in cardstock, backs, and shuffle. The Animal Spirit was really cool when it came out because it's got real animals and mythical animals in it. And interesting animals, a nightingale, a dragonfly, a phoenix, a shark, a stingray. So I have very few straight animal oracles. I have this one, Jamie Sawyer's Nature's Portals, and the medicine cards. And that's it. I don't need anything else at this point, right? Okay, so these two match each other. They're separate guidebooks. This is my first edition. This is my pocket edition, which is my baby. I love it. Fantastic. Eventually I'll probably get a pocket edition of the Animal Spirit too, just because it looks really cool. These teeny tiny things. So then we have the Archetypes. And the Archetypes is a round deck, which should have slowed me down, but it didn't. In this deck, you run into, these guidebooks were very subtle, very plain, so that you could almost decide for yourself what you wanted those meanings to be. The Archetypes is a whole nother business. This is really diving deep into every archetype. In both the Archetypes and the Alchemy deck, she gives you a kind of a rundown at the beginning of what she was kind of going through when she was coming up with these. The packages in both Archetypes and Alchemy are a box in a box and then a guidebook within that. And these cards are in, I believe, 5 different suits. Let me just look. The selves, the places, the tools, initiations. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different suits, okay? And what I've done here is I've edged it to go with the suits, but then I also took, as I was reading the write-up about each archetype, I would highlight or remember a word, and I put all these words plus a few words of my own, like in red or in blue, or yeah, red and blue, green. I put my own thoughts, my own meanings. Now, because this is a round deck, it's hard for me to shuffle. So I spent a lot of time working this deck in. I did this thing, which is a very kind of artist thing to do, which is I took it along the edge of the table and stretched the paper to loosen it up. And it's very loose and nice now. And I put these cards in shuffling powder. Oh, I had my shuffling powder here. Oh, I did. Fanning powder, sorry. Which is a great trick if you're trying to get your deck to shuffle a little better. So it's still a round deck. There's nothing I can do about that. But I love the deck. And I'm very familiar with it. And it shuffles okay for me. So I keep everything just as it was published. I don't put this in a bag or anything, because when I take it out, it just feels, I don't know, special. With the Alchemy, this is the latest one, and similar thing. You get a whole description about alchemy, about what alchemy is about how alchemy touches us and touches the world, and it's very, very exciting stuff. And then this deck is shaped in a hexagram, kind of like the bees, right? So with this one, alchemy is turning lead into gold, right? Sort of. But during the process, when you're doing all these things, you are also being changed. So as an alchemist, alchemy is being performed not only on the outside, but on the inside. And I had a gold and a silver gel pen, and I did the same thing with the fanning powder. But this deck shuffles better because it has an edge that I can grab a hold of. But I mean, every card is just so interesting. Illumination, splendor, a culmination. I believe those are her keywords, because I tried to put her keywords at kind of the top of the card. But again, in some places, I ran into keywords that I thought of while I was reading her entries in the guidebook. And I love this. It's amazing. It's a really great deck. If you have not tried any of Kim Krans' books or decks because you think they're too mainstream, you're missing out. You're doing yourself a disservice, because they are also rebellious and interesting and beautiful. Now, I'm an artist, so I'm going to take stuff and color in it. I colored in the guidebooks from the very beginning. I told my daughter when I bought the Kim Krans books for my grandson, I said, later on, he's going to want to color on these. And I think you should let him. I think that would make great memories. I love that he's chewed the edges of this book up. He has used board books that are not as chewed as this. He loves this book. I believe Kim is concerned also with conservation as far as these animal decks go. And so she's talking about the sacredness of these animals from the very beginning of life. And I like that. So that's Miko's favorite. My favorite of her books is this one, of her children's books, that is. Whose Moon Is That? And I love to read this to him. It's so beautiful. This moon belongs to Miko. And it's all these little creatures and parts of the universe talking about how the moon belongs to them. And I won't spoil the surprise at the end, but let me tell you, it's a really good children's book. These two were published, I think, in 2017 at the same time. And if you look, they've got shiny things on the covers, which is exciting. And they're beautiful, like animals that start with HIJK. But in the back of both of these books, there is a list. So you can go through and find all these things, which is cool. It's kind of like a Where's Waldo type thing. So again, 7 starfish, 8 ears, 10 trees, and then at the very end, 20 toes. You got your list, your list of things that you can go back and find in the book. So those are really fun, interactive children's books. Okay? Love them. Now, I saved this for last because this is my favorite thing that she's ever done. I love the decks. Love the Wild Unknown, love the Animal Spirit, love Alchemy, Archetypes. I use them all the time. But this Blossoms and Bones, I got just before I went to Hawaii for my son's funeral. And I spent a lot of time with this. If you look, like I said, her artwork begs to be colored in. It was very good for me to have this to not think sometimes, but also during my grieving process, reading this book helped me. It helped pull me through, because this book is kind of about grieving. It's about not being able to control everything, or as an artist, using your art to feel more deeply or more outwardly than you might otherwise do. I'm a quiet griever. I'm very kind of stoic and without a lot of emotional outburst. But this helped me to let it out a little and gave me some hope. So it's a really great book, and even if you're not in the midst of losing something or trying to control something or trying to bring yourself somewhere, Blossoms and Bones, it's worth a read. So I would like for you to like and subscribe. Go over to my Instagram. Join my Instagrams at Tarot Enabler and at Tammy Pie. Tammy Pie is a private Instagram, so you have to ask to be let in. I'll let you in as long as you're a tarot person. And put in the comments your favorite major arcana card. Now I was going to keep this and do a coloring, like take my my colored pencils and color this deck. And you could do that too. And maybe you tried the Wild Unknown and didn't get it and let it go, but you'd like to try again. Or maybe you've never tried the Wild Unknown, and I think you should. I think everyone should give it a shot. So thank you for coming, and good luck.